Hello everyone and welcome. We've got an episode of Club Baroness here for you today. We're going to be talking about the spaghetti tournament and the first 5 rounds and then making predictions into the knockout stage. So far joining me today I've got Toph, who's definitely here, and Sin as well. I mean, now I just don't want to respond. In theory, Guinan and Elle should be joining us at some point. Everyone was very late, except for me. Well, Sin was 1 minute late. Sin gets some grace. The rest can be thrown in the trash can. They can go in the trash can right alongside 9th place team Nathan and Wolf. It is. But that's where we're headed tonight. All right. Let's see. I didn't plan any topics out from where to start. So let's just talk about the final standings for the first round. Or not the first round, but for the knockout. Yeah, first stage. Our top 8 versus who we lost. So we had one team drop out, and then Center Earth and Scrapeboard, as well as Icefang and Chiffon. And you know, both those teams had new players in them, so that's not a huge surprise to see that. I'm not sure they ever even got a chance to play each other, and we've already lost Toph. I meant, did those teams ever get to play each other? Now Toph is back. And what was the score for Icefang? We were talking about the bottom 2 teams, and that we lost a team as well, and then I suppose the more discussion-worthy one is 9th place, Nathan and Wolf. Does this surprise anyone? That's true. They were down a round, right? I thought they came in round 2. Oh, I see. Okay, give me a second. I'll fix that. They can't hear you guys. Let's see. Output capture.
Reagan's schizo, that's crazy.
Okay.
Let's see. It's not like they had anything useful to say.
Yeah.
Wow, fuck you too, Bragan. The fuck?
Alright, it should have you now. Hopefully the audio is balanced as well, so they're not like way louder than I am. So keep me apprised of that one. Toph is quiet. That's probably best.
Yeah.
He is a little quiet for me, so I'll turn him up.
Wow, first time ever.
I had you at 73%, so
that's a very fair number.
That turned you up a lot. Let's go back down
That's
to 90.
That's
actually kind of
number.
shocking.
What, 73? Too low or too high?
The other day, I've been having some weird audio stuff going on, and I usually had like everybody at like 200%, and then one day I logged in and everybody was just like horrendously loud, and so I turned everybody way down.
I'm a mod?
Wait, when did you get mod? What the?
When did I get mod?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait.
Man, I totally forgot they added the pin feature.
All right, apparently Guinan hadn't planned on being in here specifically. But I
Mhm.
told Guinan we're just a threesome right now in case they want to get kinky.
Please
So
don't say that.
Yeah, we do have a minor, I'm pretty sure, in the VC.
Yeah, Bragan. Just for that, I'm server muting you.
Can you? You're not even a Discord mod.
I don't think he can actually.
Hey, Sin, talk. Yes, Sin.
Did you,
That's crazy.
Toph? Did you learn anything while you were in coaching?
I learned not to server mute him.
Okay. All right. So I guess Nathan and Wolf did start at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Can we do a deeper dive into their matchups? So did they come in
Okay.
round 2 or round 3?
So they were here for
round-
round 1. No, they were
No.
here for round 1. Yeah, they were.
They were
Round
here from the
Wolf?
very beginning?
Yeah.
Nathan Wolf? No.
Yeah, round 1, SPC versus Xanxus, and it was Nathan and Wolf. That was their first match, and that was round 1.
In like week.
You know,
one?
I'm
yeah.
almost certain I remember that match. I don't know if it was week
Yeah.
1.
I'm
You're
not.
actually
It's
gaslighting.
right here.
We
Bro,
have.
I can go to Affin's Twitch channel, or not his
Wait.
YouTube right now. I bet you I can go find it. I can go find that exact match.
Wait. Go to General Spaghetti on the Discord. Paint the message. The first message.
Okay,
where
Toad,
are they?
I'm DMing you. Toad, I'm DMing you. Can you see what this says real quick? Can you tell me what round this says? I would just like to.
Okay.
Get
The challenge auto updates if you change the team name. That's not my fault.
So they're still here for round 1. My point still stands. They were here for the beginning of the tournament.
Okay, so they weren't here for round 1, Bragan.
Yeah, they weren't.
On the website it says so, but that's just because it auto updates. I'm pretty sure they took over for Darcia and Mirage.
Yeah. They
Mirage.
did.
Are you sure
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
the team that dropped? Because
No. They actually picked up SPC and FaZe team.
Oh yeah,
Jesse dropped as well.
Yes,
And then
but
also
they
they
did.
dropped-
They still played round 1 because it became
Yeah, they
SPC and
played
Zan,
round 1.
and then Nathan and
Oh,
Wolf played
Nathan
them.
and Wolf?
Yes, and
Yes.
then we lost Mirage and Darcia, and that's why there's that 0-5 team that doesn't have anybody.
Are you sure we had? No.
Nathan and
Yeah,
Wolf
so-
came in to replace Faye and
Group.
Jesse after that fiasco. They played since round 1.
No, they didn't.
They
Did
Toad,
they?
I'm sending you the video of
Oh my
literally
God, they
Affin
did.
casting.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Literally,
Wow.
can
What the
show.
fuck? I thought we had gotten like a temporary team for that match. So, so what I'm misremembering is that the temporary team that we got for, or we did a buy for, was the team that just is a slash.
Also, thank you for the
Ah.
screenshot shadow of Toad even sending the round 1 matches where you can clearly see Nathan and Wolf. Thank you,
Oopsie
Shadow.
doops. Fuck you, Shadow.
Oh.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but honestly, after looking at this bracket, I'm honestly shocked that Nathan and Wolf didn't make it. Like actually looking like how the rest of their like bracket went after the first 2 rounds, because their first 2 rounds, yes, were rough, because they lost 3-0 to like top 3 teams.
I mean, if you look, literally 3rd through 9th is only separated by 1 difference in match score, 2-3 and
Dang.
3-2, right? You've got 4 teams that are 3-2 and 3 teams that are 2-3. And I guess they just had the lowest score on average out of the 2 and 3 teams. But they're tied in match score with the Snows and with Alice and Terror Taste.
Mm-hmm. That is shocking, but
Did we get any direct matchups between those? I know we had the Snows versus Nathan O versus the O's. Did we have Alice and Terror Taste versus either of those teams?
Ale. So second round was Ales
Versus
the
Rise and
Snow-
Schmidt.
Yeah.
And who won?
Ales.
Yeah, it was actually what? I remember.
Yeah,
actually
that's
doing
not a
this.
shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a flip. It's a coin
I
flip.
don't think
it
it's
could be
a
a shocker.
flip. I think.
I
Oh,
would-
no, I mean,
I would have put my
for
money on
Aaron
Alice
Carter,
winning that series.
But more Rise and Schmidt, that they could be a really good team on a coin flip.
Debatable.
Not debatable. It's very true.
Debatable.
They're a bad team on bad days. They're good team on good days. No in between.
Toph, the Snowrise apologist in here.
Yeah, I know.
I am. I believe Rise
That-
is a good player. It's
Toph,
just he is
We
Toph,
have Gagnon now.
inconsistency.
Toph, if there's a gun to your head, did Phantom Dust miss the block or
Gonna
did
keep
Rise
going.
miss the block?
Phantom Dust. Phantom Dust missed the block, guys.
Hi, Brigham.
I swear.
It was never Rise. Hello, Guinan.
Gagnon.
Rise
We-
has never failed anything.
We have a
I-
Snowrise apologist here.
I was trying to just listen in and give support, but Toph had so many incorrect statements that I had to drop what I was doing for a little bit because I couldn't handle it.
Rise is a
had to
good
come in here and
player.
pick
You
it.
guys are just. You guys are haters.
He can.
Yeah, that's
Unlike
what I
the
mean.
Jason,
He
he's
can be a
not
good player.
tilting
He's
off
not
the
a
face
good
of the
player,
planet.
though.
He's got multiple
That's what
issues.
He wants to be.
There are multiple facets to it, right? He doesn't play serious arsenals as often.
Yes.
His game sense and awareness is one of the worst.
It
And
is,
so,
I will
I
agree.
agree.
if things line up the way he expects it to in a game, he does fine. If anything deviates a little bit, it tends to melt down. Mechanically, he's very good,
He also doesn't know when to use shields.
but his shield timing is awful. So I would say those are the three main things. His map awareness and situational awareness is absolutely atrocious. His shield timings are bad, and he has a tendency to play subpar things even when he should be playing straight things.
I will show you my.
I'm sorry, Sharky,
By the
but
way-
we haven't seen Tourney Rise in this tournament. There's no Tourney Rise in this one.
I'm going to be honest,
sadly.
Brigham, not to distract. When I was switching from listening on my phone to coming in here, you were talking about Nathan and Wolf taking 9th place. Did you note that they actually had better tiebreakers than Rise and Schmidt? Did you catch that?
Wait,
No,
what?
I haven't
Did
looked
they?
at anything.
Did they?
The only reason they took 9th instead of 8th, I'm on the standings page on the challenge,
Okay.
is because they lost the head-to-head. That is, Snow Rise and Snow
Just
Schmidt beat Nathan and Wolf, which takes priority over the tiebreaker number.
Oh, I see. They're at a 16 instead of a 14.
Yeah, versus 14. So it should have been 4 14 teams getting cut.
I see.
But because they won the header.
Yeah,
They
and it
stayed.
barely won it too. So like, it was close. Nathan Wolf
Yeah.
basically could have taken that.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, they
Yeah, but
advanced
I
from the
didn't know
head-to-head.
that.
Very close down there at the
So,
bottom.
L and Triple have just not lost a single game.
No, they,
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
they did lose a game.
Well, yeah, they lost a game. They haven't lost a round, but
They lost one game to me and Guinan.
Oh, like a round. But I meant like a full set.
Well, yeah,
they haven't lost a full
yeah,
set.
they went 5-0.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they're standing strong.
Toph, your words, I swear.
Huh?
Your
You just-
word.
A game, a round, a match, and you just we're making like terminology soup.
Well, to look at another one then, because I see
Huh?
Choices and Zanxes have a higher score of 18 than you and I do at 16, and they hold the head-to-head over us. So how did we end up above Choices and Zanxes?
I can check.
So
mean,
we just have more. We won one more game than them, I think.
So it's
'Cause
just
the
game
point
score?
difference says 3 versus 2. I don't really know what the hell that means. Let's see.
So the 3-2 means like that's like the total set. So they've won three sets and they lost 2 sets. But you have to look like actually at like the matches to see like what was their score for like that round.
Well,
which I would have
what's
to do.
this
Yeah.
number 4 column then? B-U-C-C-H?
So Choices and Zanxis didn't get a single
Blue
win
calls?
on either of the matches they lost. The match we lost, both of them we took 1 game.
I mean, I would assume this number 4. Okay, it says here is used to break ties. The value displayed is the sum of a player's opponent's scores, with the best and worst scores discarded. Okay, so that's like our strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So we had a weaker strength of schedule than them, but we had.
You just had more points. Like
Yeah, we just have more points. So column 3 is the more important tiebreaker. It goes in order.
I see.
So it goes from score, then tiebreaker, then points, then the bull chals. I butched that.
Yeah. So the fact that both of our losses, we stole at least one map.
Okay.
That's why we are above them.
And then Sharky and Esper had 11 as well,
Right.
but we hold tiebreaker over them.
Which takes priority.
But they're also behind Xanxis and Choices with a score of 11. Did they have a head-to-head?
Because
So
no,
they-
because
yeah,
Texas
so-
has one.
yeah, they
Actually,
have one for
column
tiebreaker.
Column 2 is matches won against tied opponents.
Oh,
So
so
that-
Xanxis beat Sharky at some point?
Yeah,
Is that what that's supposed to mean? Let me see.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It's taking
no.
a lot of brain power to figure out. But
They didn't play at all.
That just means they faced a team that was similar score to them and just
Ye-
won.
Then they
Yeah, so
faced
apparently-
Guinan and Bragan?
what matters is that you beat a tied team. Any team between 3rd and 7th place.
Didn't they get a
Or-
bye
Okay,
one
well,
round? Wasn't there a round they had a bye?
Yeah, it was, I think, the second round because Chiffon and Ice weren't able to play. Or I forgot who. Or was it Mirage? I can't remember which team. It was one of those.
Well, I remember Xanxis and Choices also no-showed a match. Which one was that?
That was round 4. That was our match. We were supposed to go up against them round 4.
But then Xanxis had
Oh, so that's where we got the frauds in second place. I see.
The frauds.
Yeah,
Bracket
I'm just saying shit,
so
man.
hard.
I'm just out here saying shit.
So yeah, I figured this challenge out. Column 2 is everyone who has the same score in column 1, so 6666 from Guinan to Toe. Now it says, did this person beat anyone in that set of people? Well, Guinan beat Sharky and Esper, so that's 1 point. Choices and Xanxis beat me, so that's 1 point, and that puts us above Sharky and Toph. And then Sharky and Toph's tiebreaker is based on column 3 points.
Okay. It's making a lot more sense. Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
wonder I couldn't predict our pairings. This is such a weird system.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
What
we
the
went
fuck
from-
is- I
it
don't
was
even
like,
know
what-
the score is?
Our round four, we faced the 4-0 team, Ellen Triple, and we lost, but it was like their only map loss of the whole tournament, right? So we still picked up a map, and then round 5, after facing the number 1 team, we faced the number 12 team.
There were only 11 teams, Bregan.
Whatever.
Well,
Number
like
11.
seeded 12th. Yeah, it's seeded
Yeah,
12.
The absolute last place team. Put it that way. We drew the absolute last place team after playing the solo
Best team.
first team. So it was.
I don't know how like the Swiss works. So
Real
I can't
interesting.
Really, like,
It seemed
Yeah.
to favor like not having repeat matchups, which I understand, like as a concept in a tournament, but with this number of entrants and like the idea being like Swiss is supposed to rank everybody, I feel like repeat matchups are fine.
yeah, I thought a repeat matchup did happen. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-mm.
I felt like
Pretty
one-
sure it
No.
did.
Nope.
Didn't.
Nope.
Really?
That's
Zero repeats?
literally why we went from number 1 to number 12, is because it was trying not to give any repeat matchups. And so it really, I mean, in a way, it really juggled the standings because of that.
Well, that's actually
Oh.
kind of fun.
I just
But
mixed up
also
those two
kinda boring.
teams. I thought your team, Bregan and Guinan, I thought y'all rematched someone, but no. I just mixed up two teams.
Well, we also, like, we had a round 3 match where it threw us, like, up against a tougher opponent. It might have even been when we had to play Triple NL, or I don't remember who it was.
No, that was SPC.
Yeah, we had to play Choices in Xanxis, even though they were higher ranked and we were lower ranked, and there were like other teams of our rank, because it was again forcing no repeat matchups. Because that round we should have either played the Snows or the O's, and we didn't play either of them. We had to go up like 3 teams above us in the bracket and play Choices and Xanxus.
Wild. When you play, like, I don't know, I went to big Magic tournaments where there were like 1,000 people, and yeah, you can't do repeats, but no one would ever notice. It doesn't matter. But when you have like 12 teams, it's it changes the whole pairings.
It makes the pairings really weird. I mean, we got 2 crazy softballs that we should have had, but then we also had like 2 times where we played teams higher ranked than what we should have been playing as well. So like in the end, it mostly balanced out. But if we use challenge again for a tournament, it would be nice if there was a box to tick where it allows repeat matchups.
By the way, I don't have forever to be here. Are there any spicy questions before I have to go back into listener mode?
Spicy questions.
Not really.
Here, are Sindark, Fates, and Shadow Shield frauds in second place?
Well, let me tell you my thoughts on that then. I think that Ails and Terror are going to beat him.
Wow. I'm not sure if you looked at round 5, but I think we played that team.
Didn't you lose?
Guided furiously checking the schedule.
We literally won 3-1.
Oh, sorry, I was misremembering a match because I remember you guys were like really sad over a match because you got cooked. Or no,
it wasn't even cooked. It was we just we
misplayed. First round.
We just misplayed.
Wait a minute. Did you actually have to play any real teams? Oh, you did. You played Ellen Triple and lost.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I won't like say that we had like a hard bracket or anything. I'm not gonna lie. We kind of cruised.
Did you play any other top team? Did you play any other team in the top 5?
We were supposed to play SBC Xanxus, but they didn't show up.
I also didn't get any real teams that I want to get.
We love Swiss.
Well, I mean, Swiss is fine, but it was the challenge not allowing, because it's not just because you can't have a repeat matchup, it's because other people weren't allowed to have a repeat matchup, and so it just like went crazy. So I mean, I was mostly joking before, but that is super interesting to hit second without playing anybody else in the top 5 except for once.
They were paired with 2 of the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks that round 4 kind of went the way it did for like our match.
I think that would have been a really good match too.
It would have, yeah.
I think that might be the 2 most even teams in the tournament.
My strategy is that I didn't realize I was gonna actually get through in advance. That's my strategy.
What was your schedule like, Toph?
For schedule?
Let's see. If you
like,
click
we can literally
button
just
on the
check
left,
the strength.
Group stage?
if you click on group stage and then hover Toph, it'll highlight all of his rounds.
Let's see, where's Toph and Murloc?
I can't believe out of all the teams that had one of the craziest strengths, it was Ails and Terror.
They got dumped really by Alice and Terror.
They had a score of 20 for their
hardest strength of schedule was for Alice and Terror. Yeah, Toph and Murloc get dunked by Alice and Terror round 1. They got a softball round 2. They got dunked again by Nathan and Wolf, who didn't advance. Got absolutely dunked on. And then they got a bye. And then, I can't see round 5. Do I have to...
Ice Fang and Chiffon.
How do I...
And you didn't even play with your teammate that's on the thing. You played with Sam.
That's true. I didn't even play. I didn't play with Murloc.
Oh my goodness. More so than Sin and Shadow, the true frauds all along, trying to hide in that, 6th place was Toph and Murloc. They only won the 2 softball rounds, and they got absolutely curb stomped by 2 teams. You got curb stomped by 2 teams that are below you.
We weren't supposed to advance. I went into the tournament with Murloc because I wanted to see like how good he was at tournament play, and then boom, we advanced somehow because we got lucky.
Right. How
Like,
good is your
damn.
tournament play? What's your take?
Uh,
I haven't even seen him on.
Beep beep. The bus is coming. Is he going under?
No. I played badly in a bunch of matches as well, but like, he's not bad, and he's like a pretty fairly good player. The only problem is that he has Tofa-itis. He plays shitty arsenals, and that basically throws his entire game.
Truly,
Alright, so-
truly
He also
has
just
to be
doesn't-
rigged.
Wait,
How could
wait,
this
not
not
just
be
that.
rigged for you guys
also,
to
yes,
advance?
absolutely rigged. I rigged it.
How could this
Alright,
not be rigged?
This tournament just played out perfectly. I don't know how it did it in this way.
Two
This is, like, never gonna
softballs
happen.
and a bye.
This
Somebody,
is literally like a 1 in a million.
somebody
This is
get
truly
Nathan
one-
and Wolf on the phone. We're giving them your spot.
Okay, that's fucked.
It is vindication.
Just because I brackets doesn't mean I should get kicked out.
None of this new blood shit. Get the old vets in here. They
Also, yeah,
beat
what
your
Sharky
ass. They beat your ass.
Alright, here's a real question for you, Toph.
Yeah.
In order for you to win this tournament, I'm not asking if it's likely. In order
have
for you
to
to win
take
this
drugs.
tournament, what do you think you need to do? What would make that accomplishment happen?
I just wanted
You said what?
Adderall. Some
Take
drugs, I
drugs.
don't know.
Performance enhancers is what Toad
Yeah.
said.
I think that's a cop-out answer. How are
So-
you and
So,
serious
so your trip to the
Wait.
finals would be versus
An
me and Guinan this first round, and then after that it would be likely against Sin and Shadow since they've already taken that series versus Alice and Terror once.
and then flip a coin to thank Sister Cripple.
Yeah. I would have probably assumed Al would be and like Tripa would be in finals. But
Okay.
we'll have to see how that rematch goes between
So-
those two teams.
Serious answer. Murloc would have to move states. He
Move
has to live
states?
somewhere else. We have such conflicting schedules. The only times I've ever played Phantom Dust with this man have been the last 4 games that we've played. That's the only time I've ever seen him on.
I thought y'all
Phantom Dust.
scrimmed like occasionally. I swear y'all scrimmed.
Maybe once, but he has. When I go to sleep, he's awake. When I wake up, he's sleeping,
What?
And you can't really change your schedule with school.
and that too. But no. Even if I have the whole day free, he will somehow be completely gone, which is not his fault. He has a really weird sleep schedule, which is partially his fault, but not really. And then also, he needs to figure out how to use good meme decks, because I don't care if he's using meme decks, right? Like he's using
Yeah,
weird
he can
arsenals,
go
that's
hit up
fine.
Bales. He
That's
can go
fine.
hit up Bales.
Please use good ones. I was like, it'll be fine, copium. And then he just has like he has meme arsenals, but they're not viable whatsoever. Like not even like, even if it's a meme, like even if it's a joke and everything goes perfect, it would still not be viable. Like it still just does not work. What Sharky said, Chaos Murloc plays what his heart desires.
I think Ales can make those arsenals work. Even to
He's good at mechanics, but he has absolutely like 0 game sense and also doesn't have any tournament experience, which is not his fault.
Well, I mean, he's got some now.
He's got
Yeah.
that now.
I mean, it's been
Also,
a,
we don't get to prepare any arsenals because, you know,
it's been
this
kind of a
guy's
similar ordeal with me and Guinan. We're really far apart. They're a pumpkin, go to bed really early on the East Coast, and I tend to play a little bit later. So I mean, we still haven't had a single honest scrim session, have we?
No, not one.
No, not
Yeah,
once. Not once the whole tournament. We have yet to play an actual scrim set together this whole tournament.
that matters a lot, but in your case, you have 2 people who have a lot.
I
of
didn't
tournament
say I was
experience
playing with
also.
Murloc. Okay, I was just saying that we've had those,
In your
we
case,
just have
you
had
like, a good team, just generally. I'm also
All right.
very bad because I don't play enough Phantom Dust anymore. Again, school, like
The-
someone mentioned, I think Guinan.
Yeah, your
So
biggest
I would have to actually get into this tournament. I would have to drop out,
No.
and then I could win.
your biggest boon going into this next round. You got to schedule it soon, because if I finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm going to start practicing again.
Uh-oh.
But until then, make me play sooner than later.
Are we playing
and I
on
wanna
Friday?
play it all. Yeah, we've already. The meme doesn't need facts. Facts are not involved in the meme.
That's crazy.
Well, don't worry, Guinan.
That's the end of the sentence. Don't worry.
You won't lose, I guess. I don't know. I'm not confident.
If for some reason I was in a really bad situation, I'm confident that I could convince Hope to play me Marshmalls.
I'm confident you could. Fade.
How
Just
about?
say, hey, Toph, you should play this Arsenal.
I mean, we could redo the whole
Do you
door
want to?
thing.
Do you want to do a whole series of My Dad Has L Bomb?
What?
Gotta agree or
What?
not.
L Bomb only for the entire series. I can tell you the rule set in more
Of the
detail
game.
if you want. It's the same thing that I played with
Just
L and Triple.
L-bomb.
You have to play an eyeball. You cannot play shields. You cannot play any movement abilities like dash or speed up.
No dash.
And the only thing you can use that affects another
Yes.
player is L Bomb.
So that means you can't use any like friendship or anything.
You can affect your partner if you want, like with a level berserk, but you cannot affect an opponent like with a dazzle or any other attack or anything
What
like
if I
that.
friendship my opponent? I also couldn't.
Friendships would be okay.
They're okay. How about Phantom
Yeah.
Dust?
That's pointing to that.
That also affects your opponents.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yep.
Friendship also technically does. That's why I'm asking. So there's a lot of technicalities here.
Yeah. So it's I mean, the whole thing boils down to is you're playing as an eyeball, so you don't have a real dodge mechanic, and you have no way to realistically, reliably avoid L bomb. And all we do is we shoot L bombs as eyeballs.
Okay,
You want to do it?
sure. You should write down the formal rules. Like, group chat or
Maybe
something.
Guinan can go look them up
Murloc
while we're doing
probably
this and send them to you.
I should
I mean,
also probably
I
ask
actually-
Murloc for consent.
I might want to beat Toph up with real arsenals. I'll have to think about it later. I'm gonna run to the store, but
Okay,
if I can be in the chat, I will. Toph, if you make mistakes, I'll tag you and correct you. Bye.
At the very least, let's do it
Bye.
for the lag test, if not for the series.
The lag test would be funny.
Yeah, that's what we did with L and Triple. It's fun. I thought it was going to just be silly at first, but it was actually pretty fun.
No,
What, the
yeah, it was
L-bomb
a
one?
good mode.
You should do that in the fucking. Yeah, but Sam, you're a different beast. Like, you're not real.
You're not real.
Also, what do you consider sports? Because you might be including chess there, and I don't count that.
That's crazy.
Because he fucking
We get-
would. He is counting chess. I swear to God, he is counting chess. And I don't count that. I do not count. I count it now. But back then, when you were in high school, that doesn't count, buddy. That doesn't count. I don't count it.
Maybe also including esports, you know. Oh, you never know.
Football, tennis, wrestling. Okay, that's
There
fair.
you go.
Oh, also, I'm very weak, so I'm only doing badminton, which is similar to tennis. If I played football, I think I would die in one day. Wrestling, I would get killed. And then tennis is the only one that I could actually feasibly play. I am not built like anything. I could get like tapped and I would die.
That's right. I remember Sam was a wrestler too. I remember we talked about it
Didn't
once.
you have Sam? Didn't you have Sam like in your stream where he just like walked in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
they met up. Yeah, because I forgot who was visiting, like, who's staying.
Like Sam.
Yeah, Sam was
Yeah.
down in Portland here and stopped by.
Is that a real place?
Portland, Oregon?
Yeah, apparently you could probably go find it on a map.
I mean, it's also like the second most common city name after Springfield, I think.
That's awesome.
Springfield?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to Google. Most common town names. Springfield, Salem.
Great Weaver 5e?
Hmm?
No, nothing. These are
That was
some
something I fought in
boring-ass-
D&D last night.
Oh,
Our DM gave us like a CR-17 encounter for a party of level 3s. It was,
isn't that a little fucked up?
yeah, it was a little fucked up.
It's just a tiny
Oh,
bit.
moon.
It was
Monstrous spiders? Holy shit!
it was fucked up enough that where are you seeing this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Who, me?
Yeah, it was fucked up enough that I was looking things up and entering it into a CR calculator to try and figure out what fucked up combat he'd put us into last night
What the
while we're in the middle of the encounter.
Who's your... Do I know your DM? Should I file a cease and desist?
It's Chris. You played Valheim with him once, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was just Triple. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure I did. I recognize the name. Are they in the TOS?
No, they're not in that server.
Okay.
It's some of my wife's work friends, and they have their own server.
Yeah, that guy's evil. You can
Yeah.
never trust a Chris.
Well, as I was looking, I was like, all right, so what's the average CR for a deadly encounter for a party of 3rd level? And it's 7.
Yes, that's fucked up. Like, what the hell?
The encounter had like a CR-11, because when I started looking at the Great Weaver stats just to try and enter some stuff in, I was trying not to be the bad guy and like that looks up the DM's creature so he knows how to beat it. I was just trying to find out the number so I could enter it into the calculator, and it comes out to around CR 10 or 11 just by itself. And then there were like another 8 or 9 critters between CR 1.5 and CR 1/4, and it was just nuts. Just nuts.
Alright, Reagan. We should probably go back to this.
Yep, we should go back to this.
Distract you.
We should.
Yep,
Okay.
I apologize.
I'm still not even sure how you saw it.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't think I have that pulled up right now, even on my other screen.
I think when you're probably typing in the most common town
I
names,
think
somehow
I saw
that
it, yeah.
Oh, did I go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, before you type something in, it's like your most recent Google searches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my brain just kind of saw that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just responded to it subconsciously.
You know what? Fuck it. We're pulling it up. You're gonna see this fucker.
Why? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
it is. Look. On the ground, a flop like a fish? What were you looking up?
Well, it's like it's something
Also,
that
yeah,
somebody
that
created and posted on
that's
Reddit.
so
So this
fucked
is
up.
like not in this is not in like a 5e book or anything. This is
Oh,
something
so
that
he
somebody
robbed
made.
it.
Yeah, he pulled it off of somewhere else. But
That's crazy.
it has a +5 to wisdom saving throw as a fucking critter, which just like tilted the ever loving shit out of me.
Man,
for
I
one.
love Phantom Dust.
And then it has like ridiculous stealth +13, and it just goes invisible like every round, and then like webs you, pulls you, and attacks you 3 times with advantage. It's nuts. It's bullshit. I'm still mad, but it's your fault that it was brought up. Let's
It
get
is my
into the
fault.
quarterfinals. All right, let's stop. Let's
Should we
start.
predict scores.
Yeah, we'll just start with the top matchup there, and then we'll work our way down. I mean, this is going to be the one, in theory, because it's 1st versus 8th, that should be the farthest apart in ability. I think there might be one or two others that may be a little more one-sided, but I think it's easy to just say L and Triple are very favored here. So what would we need to see for the Snows to survive?
Do we really even have to like make up this fake scenario that'll never happen?
We would need to see this guy lock the fuck in.
Well, I
Ellen
mean,
Triple would have to
Rise-
like mess around, or at least Triple would have to mess around. That's the only way possible. Triple would have to unironically throw, and even still, then he probably.
do you
still
think
wins.
that Triple would softball for Rise though?
Maybe? There's emphasis on a maybe.
Guinan, I refunded your points because you put that poll out when he already got back on topic. You're welcome. Sorry, I needed to back that.
I don't know. Like even still, then like even when Triple's memeing, it's like he knows how to play the meme deck efficiently, and like Snowrise would get tilted the fuck out of.
Is
by
all
it,
of
so
the
you know.
agency in this series on Triple, or do Rise and Schmidt have something they could do?
They can't do anything. This is hopeless. It is literally a 100-0 matchup for Ellen Triple. They will always win this no matter what.
Here, I'm gonna.
One of them would have to go AFK for the Snows to win. That would have to happen. One of them
And
would have to go AFK.
Even then.
All right. I'm phoning a friend, and I would like to call.
Phoning a friend.
I would like to call the Snow Rise apologist.
Toph?
Toph.
Sorry, I gotta lock in. I put on my glasses. Put
What-
on my bear costume.
What can they possibly do to win this series?
I like Schmidt. He's pretty consistent. He's actually pretty good. I think Rise. He would actually have to like one. For this matchup. If it was me, I would do this, but you know, Rise probably wouldn't. If Rise would, I would. In my ideal world, I would have Rise ask Schmidt, "Hey, dude, can we watch some of the VODs?" and then watch some of L and Triple's games, and then make Arsenals off those games. And then I think they might have a chance. They had to like prepare super hard for this. If they don't, then it's a complete sweep.
Could Schmidt staple Rise's eyebrows open and force him
Long
to
enough.
learn shield timing?
Absolutely not. Schmidt's not that powerful.
That's a bad habit that Snowrise has, and bad habits are hard to get rid of.
The only one who could fix this is Rise's fiance. This is the only way.
She could fix his.
I'm gonna DM
She could fix his shield timing.
Yes.
What does she do to fix his shield timing?
I can't
Play
say
the
it.
game. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, I just don't know. I don't know them enough.
Just bringing up some other third party that has no reason being in here.
Wait. But they have. I trust in their power. You know, when you watch cartoons, what do they say? The power of friendship and the power of love, baby. The two most powerful things in this world.
Are they even
That's the
friends
only way.
anymore? I don't even know, man. It sounds like they're
The
always
only
so
way
mad
is
at
no-
each other.
You know what?
No,
I
they
think
can't.
Sharky does bring up a good point. Tourney Rise would have to awaken for this team and get 3-1.
Absolutely
That's
right.
the only way. Only way.
Where is
You're-
this
you're
Tourney
absolutely
Rise? Where is it?
He's not real.
It's
He's an urban
non-existent.
legend.
Tourney Rise has not shown up this tournament. The previous tournament he did. This tournament, no.
Is he hiding
Yeah,
out
I'm
in
telling
Cascadia with Bigfoot?
He
Yeah.
might.
Bryce is hating on this game 24/7. He does not have the power of love in his heart right now. Exactly,
loves this
Terry.
game.
That's why I'm saying the only way it could be fixed is by imbuing it, because then it neutralizes, and then he can like actually lock in. You know, Tourney Rise can awaken, but no.
Rise is made like of
I view this
103% salt. There is no love that can enter his body.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could put some potatoes in his like body. You can absorb the salt.
I'm pretty
So
sure
yeah,
that's
salt.
the only thing he can block with a shield is the power of love.
Potato? Oh. Sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely. Rice has too much hatred in his heart right now.
Okay. Well, it seems like everybody's pretty convinced that's a hopeless situation for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even I can't defend that.
So let's go for, at least according to placement, the closest matchup. Here we have number 4 versus number 5. Xanxus and Choices versus Sharky and Esper. This was supposed to go down, but had a bye because Xanxus wasn't able to make it. Now that they are going to play, after we've seen 4 or 5 rounds of both of these teams, how do we feel about it?
Sen, you want to go first?
It's a little bit hard for me to say, because this will be either a 3-2 or a 3-1.
Oh, that's right. Their bye was versus Sin and Shadow, not versus Sharky and Esper.
Yeah, no, this was a...
Yeah, this is like an original matchup. This will be
No.
interesting.
This was a matchup before.
Wait, really?
Xanxus had to forfeit.
Yeah, that was versus Sin and Shadow.
That was me.
No. You sure?
Yeah,
I
that's
literally
why we
checked
were
the
talking
bracket
about
just-
them being
Oh,
frauds.
okay. No, you're right. Damn, I thought it was this. No, my bad.
That's why we said that they were the frauds before we realized just how fraudulent you were.
Yeah, shit,
Real. Yeah, but to get back on my point, it'll be a 3-2 or 3-1, but I haven't really seen a lot of like the Sharky 51 matches, so I'm not sure how they're like shaped up to be. And the only time that like Team Xanxus ever got like a real bad whooping was against literally the rank 1 team. So
I mean, even
I'm
then, the
confident
matches
they
were
can-
close. I recall, like there wasn't really blowouts.
There was only-
It was a 3-0, but it wasn't like blowout games.
I from my memory, I would have to rewatch it. Obviously, the only match that seemed close was the Refinery match. That was the only match that was like they could have probably taken it.
I mean, that was
Chicken
also like
Spirit.
round 2, and they
Yeah.
had not really gotten their feet together because they were a last-second team as well.
Yeah.
So they've definitely come more into their own as the tournament has gone on. They played really clean against me and Guinan in that round we had as well. So I mean, if you use that as a litmus test, like to be fair to Sharky and Esper, we were the first ones we did what we did to. Even with that, I don't know that they would have prepared that much better for it. They don't seem like the team to really go out of their way for prep like that, especially Esper. But Choices and Xanxus were very prepared for their opponents and seemed to play with good, clean synergy most of the time. Like there isn't a lot of chaos and turbulence going on with them. It feels like much more even keel.
Yeah, I actually agree. If I hadn't seen some of the matches that Xanxus and SPC played, I would have said that Sharky 51 would be the better team here. And I love them to death. This is one of my favorite teams ever. Next to Guinan and Bragan. It's like some of my dream teams. Which I appreciate my tournament has been able to bring these out. I've been fulfilled. Yes, I've been gratified. I'm satisfied. I would say Sharky and Esper 51 have a pretty good chance to win this, but I would give it to Xanxus and SPC.
I would also have to say the same.
I can't give a specific score.
But
If
I wouldn't
had
even
to,
be
I would
mad
say
if
3-2.
either of the teams won, because both of these teams, either way, if one of them wins, they get to rematch L and Triple, which they have faced before. Both of these teams have faced them. So either way, I'd like to see a rematch.
Let's put
Yeah.
it in a percentage then, instead of like usually predicting the score.
Percent?
What's the percent chance of
Oh.
a win versus a loss here?
On like both teams? I would have said 50-50. I feel like this is a pretty like tight matchup.
You feel like it's close to a 50-50?
Maybe not actually a 50-50, maybe like, a little more leaning towards like Xanxus and SPC depending on what they do.
I mean,
but-
you go full 60-40 or
No. I would say 50-50. Like I'm pretty confident in both of the teams. They're pretty good teams. Xanxus is an inhuman player as well, so it also like skews the score a bit for me. And I would give that a 50-50 because Sharky 51 is just a really good team.
what about you, Sin?
I'd probably say like 70-30. I just
70.
haven't
Yeah.
really been able to see like Sharky 51 like matches that often, and I don't think
Oh.
I'm not sure how they. I know they went up against Triple L, so I'm not sure how they even did in that match because I know that was round 5 when they went up against them. So I would have to look.
I mean,
But
like, this is also a weird team to watch. Like, didn't they versus Ellen Triple? Like, wasn't Sharky at some point using Snap?
I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
I don't remember.
Like,
but
I know
also
Sharky
wouldn't
used that
be
against whenever they had some of the freebie rounds, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Sharky run Snap Backdraft Bullet versus Ellen Triple. Because if
I would
Sharky is
not
in
be
the
shocked.
chat, he can confirm that if that did happen.
I mean, Sharky, can you confirm? Have you been using Snap Backdraft Bullet in your serious matchups?
I would both not be shocked, but also kind of excited that he did.
I mean, if they're gonna put in some actual, because I feel like they have been softballing a bit and just trying to have fun. If they continue in that vein,
I hit
Okay.
triple with a +2 damage snap. Fuck
yeah,
yes.
I was gonna put them down as 80-20 if they're still playing like that. I think there's
think they will.
I'm confident with 70-30, but
I think there's a 1 in 4.
we'll have to see.
I think that's a 1 in 4 chance. I think there's a 1 in 4 chance they could take a series if they're still playing like that. But if they come in seriously and play, a little more straight up and coordinate a little, even by some miracle, then I would go up higher and give them a little more even, like a 70-30 or a 60-40. But I mean, if they've already done that against the top team, there's a decent chance they're not gonna. So
We'll never know. We'll have to see.
I'm gonna leave it at
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I'm gonna leave it at an 80-20 with choices and Xanxes.
Okay, so with that new information, which I didn't know about actually, I would increase it.
I want to change my vote. I want to change my vote. I was uninformed.
A little more to Sharky. No, I'm kidding.
I was uninformed. I should have read the pamphlet.
Yeah. Yeah, I would give it more of a skew towards them now.
All right.
If I need-
Give
if I
give
need
us your
this
new
information.
percentage. Come on. Just give us the new percentage and move on.
Ay, ¿cómo lo hago, man?
Just say
I don't know, like,
60-40. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
Guns to your head, man. Let's
fair,
go.
But I'm like, okay, yeah, 60-40. I can agree with that. I like.
Man,
I was
you
trying to
think
see-
Xanxes is a 40% chance to drop a series against 2 players ranked below him who are memeing?
Could happen.
Yes, but they're not fully memeing, to be fair.
You never know. We have to.
I mean, how much more full
your
meme?
fault.
That snap deck has sword slap in it as well. How much more meme?
Okay,
How much more meme
Okay, wait,
do you need to go to be fully meming?
Tell me these things before I say things. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
was about to say, you're bringing up like more evidence by like the trial, and we're like, wow, maybe I shouldn't have defended this client at all.
Yeah, did you say like 70-30?
Why wasn't this in Discovery?
What?
That's
I
it's
told
the
you I didn't watch any
discovery
of the match.
the discovery phase of a trial. It's where you like share all the evidence.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch every match. Like, relax.
I was
watched
making a
the-
joke.
Oh, okay.
Why was this information
that
not
was-
shared? That's literally what you were complaining. Is why was this not shared in Discovery?
Yeah.
But
Right, well,
Xanxes is going to lose with a 40% chance to a player who's run multiple instances of snap, sword, slap.
It can work.
I still believe in them. I believe in them. I believe they will lock in and be like, guys, we got this. We will take this game so seriously and we will fry you up.
That is that is a verified quote from Toph in 2024. Xanxes has a 40% chance to lose to snap, sword, slap.
To Sharky and Esper 51. Don't fuck up my words.
I'm just taking your words to their eventual conclusion.
You're twisting my words. Is what you're doing.
Let's get down to number 3 here then. Sin and Shadow versus Alice and Terrates. We just saw this in round 5, right, Sin?
Yes.
Give us the honest answer here. You said it was a 3-1. How close did the games feel? Did that feel like a series that you guys could have lost?
No. We just choked one. Well, besides that, like, one sign match. But I have counterplay now. I think I know some arsenals I should be bringing against that team, which they're relying on a gimmick, and if I get rid of that gimmick, they're handicapped really hard.
Is the gimmick just run Purify? Is that what it is?
I already ran Purify. There's another thing in nature that deals with them. There's another funny move.
What, Turbulence?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you just run Purify and Turb against Alice, and it's set. I mean, I've long complained about how much gets thrown out in addition to the stuff that it should be throwing out, but yeah, you run Purify against Alice and maybe the occasional Turbulence in. Now, Toph, similar to how we had with the Rise and Schmidt, what does Alice and Terror Taste need to do in order to actually get the W in this series? Not just a map win, but the win.
I didn't watch enough of their matches.
I didn't ask you to watch their other matches. I said, what do they need to do in this match to get the W? What do they need to do?
I mean, the only time I really watched was... Like, I don't know how they play that often.
Toph, you are the host of this tournament, and you agreed to be in this podcast. What match did you watch?
Some of them. I remember some of them.
There you go. Sharky has the correct answer.
What? +7 Gungnir every game.
Yeah, just so I can purify him, then he's useless for the rest of the match. That would give him the win.
Ails and Terror.
Like, what can they do where they would realistically win this series? Anything?
I did not watch their games enough. This team I actually have like zero info about that much. Let me think hard on it though.
Okay, yeah, you think hard over in coaching while you think about it. And freaking Nielsen, get the fuck out of here. I think that, Shadow has always been a melee specialist, and Sin has been playing a lot of support role towards that. Alice could lean into some of his eyeball swords with his,
He did do that during our match.
His South American lag as well. And, that could work out for him if Terror can play an appropriate support role for it, because I don't feel like Terror
They've been doing that the entire series. They lost, Bragan. You're telling them what they already tried, and it didn't work.
What did Terror run with
Bragan, did you watch?
Dude, that's what I'm asking.
No, I didn't watch that match, but I don't remember.
Oh. So Terror will either run Decoy, or he's running lasers just to play far game, and while Ails will just go in for the main damage.
I mean, I feel like the better setup for that is a mid-range, anyway. I mean, a Frighten isn't terrible, but Decoy is I guess Decoy's okay, but yeah, you want to be in the mid-range.
Well, the issue is that we have like a jumper on the team, so they can only really affect me with those two moves.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, when I was saying mid-range, I mean like your blasters and your willows and stuff like that. That sets up better.
Well, that's what he did play a lot of blasters in one of the maps. I can't remember exactly what map. Yeah. He usually will do that for maps where he is trying to play mid-range, but I feel like he could just play Faith.
I mean, you could just go Optic Faith and run a lot of that Willow Blaster Rin, and there's a lot of combo moves there that you could give Terror openings with. I think that would be a strong enough strategy, and maybe if they have some other switch hits up their sleeve. But, I mean, it would be nice, too, to see Alice just get in there with something at least slightly meta, Because he's got the mechanics to hold up in a series like this.
Yeah, actually, Bragan, so now that I've thought about it, I was actually thinking it would actually be a pretty good idea to not go the Trident not very true mid-range support kind of deal, where you have like the one guy going melee and then one just supporting him, right? Like they tried. I would actually rather that they just brought like Ebony arsenals. Tourney could sit in
So
that, it would just be-
Ailes can't play those types of Arsenals, and I highly doubt Terry can also manage those.
I was gonna say I don't think they have the execution to pull
But,
something like
yeah,
that
I was
off.
about to say, but obviously that conflicts with them.
Ailes will play the Arsenals that he has loaded on his profile, and Terry
Yeah.
will always try something new.
I could, yeah, no, I mean that would be my best strategy for them, but as I said, doesn't really work with their playstyles that much, unfortunately.
Did they play straight up versus you guys, or did they meme?
I guess
No,
me?
they played straight up.
Because I've seen Alice meme throughout the tournament. I was wondering if when in a
It
tougher
depends on what you
matchup.
mean by meme.
Meme,
'cause-
yeah,
Did he
'cause some
use
Arsenals
plus
like
9
he
speed,
memes, quote unquote,
fast
but-
No, he
bomb
wasn't. He wasn't
stuff?
trying to do stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
He played his one school Arsenal, his one school Psycho Arsenal, and he played Eyeball.
Yeah, because there's definitely Arsenals where Alice is still trying to win, and there's Arsenals where Alice is not trying to win.
Yeah. They definitely tried.
All right. Do you give them any percentage for taking the series, or is it a straight 100% favored Sin and Shadow Toph?
I mean, I would say it definitely is like gonna be a really low chance, maybe about like 20% for Eos and Terror to take this.
I mean, 20 is pretty generous. That's a 1 in 4 chance that they win this series.
Sure. Yeah.
You
You're
think,
right.
you think there's a 1 in 4?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd give them that. They definitely can. Like they could take this. Are
I
they
mean-
going to? No.
I give pretty slim
they?
odds. I mean, definitely a lot slimmer than you're giving. I'm probably going to say 95-5, but it's also really dependent on what they do. Like
Yeah.
you're right, Sam. It was 1 in 5. Excuse me. It's dependent on what they do. Like if they show up with like actual coordination, some more tried and true stats, and maybe even Alice plays something that resembles the meta, I think that you could up their percentage. I don't think they're going to do any of that, and so I think I would leave them at 95-5. But I think they are skilled enough to have a realistic percentage at winning this series if they brought that kind of energy.
Yeah, I think if they did the same thing they already did in the last match against them, but they just did it better, then they have a better chance.
Yeah,
Because that's what I assume they're gonna do. I feel like, for the most part, I think they're just gonna bring the same thing.
Because
Just try
when
it
I think
again.
about these percentages
See if it
too,
works.
like it's a whole series, right? They might have a 20% chance to win each game, but then that gets a diminished amount with subsequent games. They've got to pull that percentage off 3 times, right? And that's what I think is definitely very low. I think they could pick up an upset win, maybe even 2. But
not
to,
the full.
But to take a series, I think I definitely rate them pretty low percentage-wise, unless they came in with a different energy.
Yeah, I don't see much hope. And 20%, I guess is pretty generous, but I was thinking more just like a general.
Yeah, because I would give them a 20% chance of a win on any map, probably. But to actually win the series, my percentage is much lower.
I don't know. Sin?
I mean,
win.
they're your opponents.
Oh wait, yeah.
You've
I win.
you've got the opening here for a psychological advantage.
Yeah.
I'll just say I would probably just say 85-15.
85-15?
There's some things they could pull they can pull some things.
Okay.
I'm not two of the matches were like okay, well one of the matches was kind of close, but it was the sign match that was kind of close. It could have been a 3-2 match instead of a 3-1.
I mean, maybe I'm
But-
shortchanging him here. I don't know. 85-15.
I think
I mean, you played in the series. It's your series, and you're replaying it again the next
Yeah.
week. So
But
you've definitely got the
I-
best read
I'm-
here.
But I think I'm more confident in this matchup, especially with Especially since, obviously top 8, I think we're going to be seeing more people bringing out decks we haven't seen throughout the groups, so there'll definitely be more, like, surprises with these teams, so I don't know. Maybe they've been hiding stuff and we just don't know.
Well, we've had some pretty clear votes for winners here, so we'll probably do semifinals, and then maybe we'll do finals if there's clear enough semifinals. But let's do the last matchup, which, involves 2 of us here, so... I mean, we literally just voted them the ultimate frauds as well, Sin. What do you want to say about this matchup? And I guess it's probably logical to take it similarly in what do they have to do to win this?
So the only way I saw that winning, but it looks like Guinan already declined that offer, was y'all playing the L-Bomb game mode. That was the only way I see them winning. That was the only chance.
You think they could win the eyeball L-bomb?
I think they could. I think they can maybe figure out the meta for it and just maybe cheese out a couple of wins like that.
Somebody time out Sharky. We've got 2 mods here.
Are
Somebody time him
evenly
out.
matched.
Time him out.
I'll time him out for...
Holy shit! Time them out for
I don't know how to do that.
Oh my goodness, that's so long.
10 minutes!
Hey, I just pressed the button. I just pressed the
sent him
button.
into the fucking shadow realm. Let me go save his ass.
Goodness.
I can go save it.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Time him out.
It's not that hard. Sharky could type now. I didn't mean to. Oh,
How do you-
never mind.
Oh.
You timed him out again!
Whoopsie doops. I got him. There, he's back.
We hire only the best mods here. Only the best. Only the best people.
I thought it would give me the option to like decide how much timeout. I just pressed the button and just timed him out for 10
And it
minutes.
just timed them out for 10 minutes.
That's what Twitch wants, not me. I would have just given him like 10 seconds.
No.
But do you think they'd have a realistic shot at eyeball L-bomb? We already went 2-0.
I know that is another thing.
2-0 in eyeball L-bomb versus Ellen Triple. We are undefeated in eyeball L-bomb versus the best team in the
I just think
tournament.
they can maybe just cheese a couple of the wins. I don't know. They can even break the rules and just like just not play the L-bomb. No, not that. Like I'm saying, while Guiden and Bragan are playing the L-bomb, you guys just switch off to real arsenals, and they just.
Oh,
can't
just
do it.
like, fuck the gentleman's rule?
Yeah.
I would never.
That is another issue. I don't think they'll break the agreement.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's literally a 100-0 matchup. I don't know what else to say. It's literally the same thing with Ellen Triple. I think it's pretty much unlikely.
If I had
Literally
to give
100-0.
us a chance,
Hi, Ales.
Bragan, can you pull up an image on your screen if I send it to you?
Mm-hmm.
Because words just cannot describe my percentage. Only an image can. Right,
You don't even
check
have
your
a
image.
DMing
percentage. It's 100-0.
That is how we will win. Please put that on the screen. That is how me and Murloc will win against Guinan and Bragan.
I haven't seen Murloc play in a while. You're gonna be dealing with the rusty new player. 900% faith. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That is the only way.
That'll get you the win for sure.
There's no other way we can win. 99% faith. This is
The
complete no fail.
same situation would have to happen for Triple and L again, to where you would have to be 2v1ing. And even still, then that's debatable if you win that.
Yep. We literally have to like pray to ancient gods for us to take this series. I would have to like do a blood sacrifice, lose an arm, lose a leg, lose
Alright.
part of my fucking head, just to win this.
Here's maybe a more fun question for this matchup. I want you to both guess 2 environmentals that you'll see hung in this series.
Wow, okay.
0.
So, you see, I'm wondering if they would want to be like,
Well, it
you and
depends.
Guinan would want to be mean.
Are we actually gonna do the
Well, Guinan said
Yeah.
said they wanted to play real Arsenal, so I'm not even sure the L-bomb thing is gonna happen. That's why I was like,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
It's sounding like it's probably going to be
No.
just for the lag match.
yeah, just for the lag test.
Which, I mean, we could play multiple. It's fun, but...
I assume memory lapse. You're somehow gonna like go on a technicality and say it's not actually banned or
Nah,
something.
irregular
Something like
rhythm's
that.
too hard, Ales. I'm not sure if they would want to try to make that.
I have actually wanted to play a memory lapse and then just get banned. That was
That's awesome.
that was one of the plans that
Okay,
we
wait,
had.
that's the only other chance that y'all.
See what I mean? Like, I know them. They're evil.
That is something we've been tempted to do whenever we just feel like we're done with the tournament. Is just play 3 games of memory lapse.
Fucking knew it, bro. I was just like, I feel it in the voice. Necronomicon.
Necronomicon. You think we're gonna play Necronomicon against
Yeah.
somebody that's not even running reincarnation?
No, of course I'm fucking kidding. I don't know. It could be like literally anything from the prohibits use of attack skills.
Confused Gravity. Now that's a good one.
Yeah, I've gone. Oh wait, no, I forgot which one.
Nah,
was
Guidance
Confused
not-
Gravity.
Guidance not that nice.
I used to run a lot of Confused Gravity actually.
Is that
Yeah.
the one that reverses controls, or was that a different one?
Yeah.
yeah, confused guy.
Yeah, okay.
I used to run
yeah,
that.
no, I don't-
Me and Ales have experience with that in Baroness in a tournament match.
They're
You
not
have
that nice. I mean, you and Guinan are not that nice.
To run Confused Gravity.
I think they'll joke around just because.
And like maybe do it, but no, I doubt it. What you would do is put backdraft.
That's what
the
I
environment.
was gonna say, Sam. I'm expecting Forest Sanctuary, or not Forest
Oh,
Sanctuary.
yeah.
What's the other one? Is it God?
Athena's
can't-
command.
No, I'm trying to think of the nature environment that literally has nothing on its text. They
Force.
just
Oh no, that's
Like
Unison.
yeah, Unison. That's what they. I expect that environment to come out. They just like hang it.
I'm
and they go.
expecting Athena's command. For sanctuary.
I used to run Athena's Command in 1v1 as well. I ran it against Shadow
You're
Shield.
fucking evil. You're actually evil.
Yeah, I ran
certification.
I ran that against Shadow Shield, and then I ran like Rock Shot and shit.
Okay, wait. Do you guys already have like plans on where you're gonna hang? Or are you just like seeing like what?
Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Yeah.
We've.
That
I'll
is
say
my
this:
game.
we have planned out every single arsenal for every single matchup so far. We have not played anything just like
Fun,
because we
or,
felt
in
like
the
it.
flow?
Yeah, no, we haven't picked anything like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll just run X here. The closest would have been in like the longer series with Choices and Xanxis, where we were deciding between which of our better hangs
Arsenals.
we wanted to use. But like, we've planned and coordinated single thing we've run so far.
Yep, I have no fucking clue what you would run. You guys are monsters of chaos. The only like, it's not. I can't guess what you would run, but I can guess what you wouldn't run. Like it's very easy. Like it's very easy to guess. You guys would not run anything nice. You would not run. You're not
No.
running
I think
anything
I
nice.
think
No,
they would
no,
do the
I doubt
meme.
it.
I think they would do the meme enviros. And
Maybe
just-
for one round. Maybe like
Nah.
one game.
I think it's
Maybe
gonna be
one
Opti and
map. I
Unison.
would
I'm
never-
calling it.
Is it the comeback of
Opti-
Berserk Judge of
Opti's not
Anubis?
Ooh,
Opti is evil.
Berserk is
Opti
also
Sin.
good.
Sin. Opti is evil.
That Berserk
That is
Judge of
not
Anubis was one of the more
Yes, it
satisfying
is.
things we
It can
did.
be.
I totally forgot about that when you used that against Chiffin.
And
Wait,
we
what did you guys do?
They did Berserk. I totally forgot about that enviro.
Berserk Judge of
Berserk
Anubis,
Anubis?
and I one-shot both of them.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
I killed Chiffin through a photon barrier.
On barrier. Oh, that was heartbreaking.
We also did Accelerate versus them, and I forget what the
Pop
third
Out?
one was. Yeah, we did an Accelerate Pop Out versus them, and I'm trying to remember what the third
wanted to do
environmental
that.
was. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head what the third one was. Okay, well, let's move on into semifinals. Enough with the mind games. We had pretty clear predictions for these, so we'll do semifinals at least, maybe finals. So this is, in theory, predicted to be L and Triple versus Choices and Xanxis. Now, we did see this matchup once, but it was really early in the tournament before they'd really gotten their feet wet together. And they have put in some practice time together. So, going into, week 6 of this, who do you think takes this now? Do you think Choices and Xanxis have gotten enough together to turn it around?
I think Ellen Triple still got this.
I would have to say the same. I think Ellen Triple probably still got this.
What makes the difference here? Because Xanxis he's a real scary beast in tournaments, right?
Yeah.
So one, they have to have the ability to handle Xanxis, but then is it just choices that's bringing this down for you, or what are the factors here?
I don't even fully agree with the whole Xanxis thing. He's looked good this turn, but he hasn't looked like the scariest form of himself. He hasn't been grinding a lot, but now he has. He's gotten back early in the tournament.
So I said that he's been playing a lot. He's gotten reps in with choices, and their last 3 rounds have looked a lot cleaner.
Well, what were their opponents?
Well, they had a bye. They beat me and Guinan. And they lost to Ellen Triple. I know they dunked Nathan and Wolf. And
they beat the Snows, which, besides Triple and L and us, they really haven't had, and y'all. I forgot y'all went up against each other.
So you both think L and Triple still are favored in this matchup?
Yeah.
All right, give it a percentage then. What's your percentage?
I would say 65-35.
Thanks is in the chat. I'll show you all.
You better. I can see this can be a 3-2 now instead of a 3-0 like last time. So that's why I want to put. Actually, no. Let me do 60-40.
60-40 to Ellen Triple, and you think it's a 3-2?
Yeah.
All right. What about you,
I can agree with that actually.
Well, whatever you agree with, what do you think?
60-40 is pretty reasonable in my opinion. Xanxis and SPC have gotten time to play. They've actually prepared somewhat, as I've seen. Xanxis, Sin mentioned, he isn't necessarily super crazy good at the moment. He's not okay. He's not in his peak form, right? But he's he's been playing a bit more recently, right? He did seemingly, at least in my vision. I don't know. I can't see everything. He didn't play that often. He still played, but not as often as normal. If he plays a bit more and plays with choices a bit more, I think that will give him that extra 10% in my eyes, because I would have said 30%. But I would say L and Triple are just complete monsters this tournament.
Well,
they can take this.
One thing that I think
damn easily.
One thing I've seen in a lot of tournaments that I think people may not be watching as closely here is that there is a certain level of, I mean, exhaustion might be too hard of a word, but just, getting a little burnt out. Fall off and burn out as the tournament goes on. And you'll see that in the knockout stages especially. There's teams that have done really well through the Swiss stage, and then they've just, they haven't been able to keep that vigor for keeping in practice and playing, and then they fall off somewhere in quarters or semis. And I know L and Triple were really hot about it at the beginning, but I don't see as much as everybody does. But I haven't seen them playing as much, for one. And Choices and Xanxis I have seen on. They've both, shaken off most of the rust, I would say, that they had. And I think that I would actually favor them going into this matchup. Not a ton. I think it would be like a 60-40, but for Xanxis and Choices instead of L and Triple here. And I think that is a big credit to Triple and L as well. I don't want to discredit them. That if you'd asked me, before this tournament, Triple and L versus the Choices and Xanxis in a vacuum, where everybody's practiced. Oh yeah, no, I mean it would be pretty one-sided. In a vacuum where all 4 people are in good practice, I would give them a much higher percentage, right? I would give a much higher percentage, like an 80-20 or a 85 for Xanxis and Choices. But that's still a big credit to L and Triple, the synergy they found and the skill they've managed to show together during this tournament. I think they've both been punching above their normal weight classes, and they've been more than the sum of their parts as a team in this tournament. So I think that semifinal will be one of the more fun ones to watch.
Yeah.
And then when we come to the other semifinal, we've got Sin and Shadow versus me and Guinan. Now, again, we have two of us in here for this, so I'm going to let Toph take the lead.
No!
That means you actually have to talk, Toph.
Yeah. No, like, I would give it to you and Guinan, right? Normally, but didn't you guys like play a meme arsenal in a fucking game? I don't remember what game it was.
What?
I mean, we had two softball. We had two softball rounds.
They messed around when they did
that...
like the teams they were gonna absolutely like stomp on.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Right, sorry.
I did Celestial Ship and then hit like 3 10 damage agonies of death in a row.
God. Sorry, I needed to verify that because I couldn't remember.
That was versus Center Earth and Scrate on
Yeah,
lane.
That's fucked up. That's.
I hit him with like a 14 damage Celestial Ship.
Okay, I know Sin is here, but I would give it to Guinan and Bragan a pretty good chance. I don't know what percentage just yet, but I like most of the time. As you said, kind of like in my world, if you guys played 5 times and it was like a best of 5 each time, most of the time, maybe one time, like one set might be taken by Sin and Shadow, but every other set would be Bragan and Guinan. And that kind of does depend on whether or not if Sin and Shadow are prepared to handle the fucking shenanigans you guys can run. You guys are like a very like I don't know, you're a force of nature. You can like bring anything, and it's kind of hard to counteract you unless you kind of just bring a very just general counter to most arsenals that are shenanigans. But even then, I still think you could like pull through because you guys don't bank too much on your shenanigans. It's like it helps, and it's more to fuck up the opponent's balance, but then you just kind of play alongside it instead of it being your centerpiece. Aside from a few arsenals, you guys do some of those.
How do you feel going into this matchup, Sid? Assuming it does happen.
It kind of sucks. We obviously didn't meet each other in groups because it's still gonna like suck. I think this is easily one of our hardest like matchups. Even though like we're expecting hangs, there's still mind games, and you've clearly shown at least in one round to where you decided to just play straight up and y'all won that one game. So it's gonna just be all mind games, and even still, then there's probably some sneaky stuff you and Guinan probably been hiding like a lot, so we don't even know to be like fully expecting. Like we know virals will be coming, but even still, then we don't know which exact virals we should be trying to prepare for.
Exactly what Sin said. Like that's kind of my opinion. Bragan and Guinan, you guys have like conditioned the entire tournament participants to know you're running some fucking shenanigans, but because of that, you could at any time just say, "Let's play straight," and then just fuck up any strategy. Like you can't. Normally, most of the time, when someone is doing some shenanigans, they're doing like a few shenanigans, right? They have like 2 strategies that are fucking people up. People prepare for those strategies specifically, and they're like, "We're ready for this. We can counter this." You guys have like an entire fucking library of shenanigans. How do you deal with that? You can't. You really just have to kind of bring, like I said, a very general counter. So you would bring like judgment. You'd bring turbulences, some purifies, armors, whatever, right? You want to bring things that are going to be able to deal with that. But because of that, if you guys just play it straight up and are like, and don't really mess around that much with your arsenals, that means you just dedicated like a good chunk of your arsenal to just shit that you won't really need that much. You'll just drop it and override it for a different skill. aside from Turbulence. Turbulence is usually going to be very useful, and Purify. But like Judgment or like more specific counters, Orb, Amulet. I don't know. There's I say like lack, I guess. They're not gonna come up as much because of you guys just being able to do kind of anything. You literally could pull out anything. No one knows what you're gonna do.
I mean, we have seen us lose twice. L and Triple and Choices and Xanxes. It was a lot closer with Choices and Xanxes. But both played a pretty similar conservative style. Do you think that's a style that you would be able to emulate, Sin, you and Shadow? Do you think you'd be able to pull it off?
That match. Well, I would probably say yes. But I would also have to watch that match on what you exactly mean, because I may be thinking about something completely else.
What do you mean?
It would depend on what you mean by, like, conservative, like...
They played, both teams played with a lot of silver bullets, like extra Turb, extra Return to Nature, and Judgment.
Yeah.
And then, do you feel confident? Because, a lot of it was being able to exert the early pressure, too. It was less the silver bullets and more being able to have the silver bullets while punishing us early, I would say. Do you think you and Shadow could run fast enough to punish hard enough?
I think me and Shadow usually play a little bit so. We could probably prep for aggro stuff, but a lot of time we usually like to take our time and set up things. Just because of the type of decks that, like, Shadow plays.
I was going to say, out of the top 5 teams, I think you're probably the slowest.
We are. I can, like, fully agree. Like, we take our time. Like, we don't really play aggro a lot of the time. And even still then, it's up to draw if we even do an aggro deck, because we can just draw poorly, and it's like, what can we do?
Alright. You can base it off of whether what you think we'll play, or if we play X versus if we play Y.
Yeah.
But what do you think your percentage is for this?
I would say I'd probably give it the 35% chance to your 65.
Dance of Death mobilization.
Oh god. That brings back memories of a deck that me and Shadow tried to do in the X-Gen tournament. We try to do that.
Missed opportunity, but what we had planned if we played Nathan and Wolf is we were going to play Memory Lapse the first game and lose. And then we would get map choice, and we would take them to City, and then we were going to redo the infinite pin down loop to them.
Oh my god.
That would have been awesome.
We were gonna redo it. We were like, there's a flat map. There's
my spot now.
There's nowhere for them to like be near stairs or some shit. And we were gonna do the infinite pin down to them again on City after throwing on purpose with Memory Lapse the first game.
I think I might just drop my my position here and give it to Nathan and Wolf for no reason. By the way, my percentage for this match, the Guinan Bragan versus Sin and Dark, Sin Shadow, I would give you guys like a 70-30. Obviously, 70 going to Guinan Bragan. I think like there's a very reasonable chance you can beat them, but it's gonna be hard. Like, it's not impossible, but it's definitely not gonna be easy.
I think those are both very, very fair percentages. You always want to go into a match with a certain level of confidence as well. So, like, I would say that Sin is being more confident giving that percentage for one, and if I were to give my own percentage, it would probably be something more like 80 or 85.
Damn.
But, like I said, you should have personal confidence in your matchup. So 70-30 might be the more realistic in between. But, I think it'll be a fun matchup either way.
Yeah, it'll be a good match.
So the semifinal matchups are a lot more of a toss-up here. So
Yeah.
let's, instead of trying to predict the winners and then predict that matchup in the finals, let's just say, who do you think is your favorite to win the tournament
the
at this
finals.
stage? To win the tournament.
Okay,
The
wait,
win.
wait, but favorite as in I would love to see them win?
No,
or
no, the favorite as in the
realistic?
most likely to win.
Okay, because if it was my favorite and most real, or like least realistic to win, but still, like I would love to see Ryzen Schmidt.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ryzen Schmidt.
I think
win and
everyone
just
would retire
prove
from PD if
everyone-
that happened.
Yeah, just prove that everyone is fucking wrong. I would have loved
If
to see
Rise
that.
and Schmidt win this tournament, I'm fucking out of here. I'm just
That's
fucking
what I
out.
said. I'm
I'm-
down to retire.
No more super moderator, no more Discord, no more Phantom Dust. I'm fucking out of here. Gone.
Just quit. I really want to.
Not even like the cool, not even like the
lose
cool
their
kid
mind.
walking into the sunset. Just gone.
Retire.
I'm right the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I really really hope for that, but realistically, who do I think is gonna win?
Rise and Schmidt like rage quit like 3 or 4 different scrim sets against Ellen Triple. Just saying.
I would.
Wow.
That is sad. I would give it to Ellen Triple or Guinan and Breakin. They're my favorites to win, realistically.
Okay, what about you, Sin?
I'll pick my 2 teams. I think will be either Choices or Xanxus or Triple L, but I want Triple L more to like.
So you think that semifinals is the real finals?
Yeah, I think I'll decide majority of who wins.
I have to say, if I had a favorite, it would be Xanxus and Choices.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a fine answer.
You're the Sanxus apologist now.
I just want to.
Xanxus has won almost every tournament he's been
that's
in.
another thing.
Xanxus has won almost every single
Yeah.
tournament he's been in.
That
Like,
is fair.
betting against Xanxus in a
But-
tournament is just pants on head.
These are some of these are some really good teams.
Do you know how many times I've played
I know
this
Sanxus
bastard
is a mental fucking.
in the finals?
I know he's Jesus H Christ. I get it.
Do you know how many times I've played him
Jesus
in
H
the
Christ
finals?
aside.
Not just in tournament, not just in a tournament, but how many times I've played him in the finals? Because it's like fucking 5.
Okay, Brian. Just because you fucking throw games against Sanxus is not my fault, man. Just because you can't beat
Wow.
him.
I
it's
won
not my fault,
once.
man.
I won once.
Okay, good job.
Lost like 3-2 almost every other time.
Well, it's a single win Xanxus, so you can't just lose.
I mean, I
We'll
think
try hard.
I don't think they're that far ahead of everybody else, but I think they're definitely my favorites easily. And then I think that 1 through 5 range has quite a bit of parity that I wish we had seen more of those matchups throughout this tournament. Even
Yeah.
here, we're only going to get probably the semifinals and finals, and then we only had a handful of those in the Swiss stage as well because challenge was a bit weird. Oh, Sam's coming in with percentages. Trip L, 30%. Xanxus, 25%. 20%, you should have written
Damn, not even
pregnant.
giving a percent to Rise.
Not even giving percent to rise your toe. That's awesome.
Okay, well, mine makes sense, but
I'm subtracting points here because it doesn't say pregnant. 20% to Shadow. Okay. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Like, I think Shadow and Sin have a modest chance to beat any of the other top 5 teams. I don't know that they have it in them to do it 2 or 3 times through this bracket. And so I think I may disagree with the 20% there on Shadow and Sin.
yeah, I also disagree. You put Sharky and Esper way too low.
Yeah,
Sanxus is pretty fair though.
I mean, I'd be splitting the difference. I would put as 2 of the teams that are most closely matched would be my Sin and Shadow versus Sharky and Esper. I think would be one of my favorite matches. In fact, if it doesn't happen, which it would only happen in the finals, I think that would be like a really fun exhibition match to see. I would love to see Sharky and Esper versus Sin and Shadow. I think that would be, I mean, especially just because of, we have 2 melee 1v1 specialists in Esper and Shadow. and good supporting casts for both, I think it would just be hilarious to watch. I think it would be a really fun series. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up. Do we have any topics or any other last words for anybody? I'm down for another topic or two if anybody has something in mind.
It's not necessarily about this tournament, but more like, what do you guys think is gonna, like, what do you think is being done, or we should do for like a Nets tournament? Because this one's been going on for a very long time, and obviously, that it's a bit on my fault. Actually, mostly my fault.
I mean,
but we hadn't had like a tournament in fucking ages when this was created.
a paired partner
Now we've
tourney
had it.
is always going to have lower turnout because people have to sign up with a partner,
And then also play with them.
there's a lot of, I mean, even though we're all for the most part adults now, we still have some younger crowd, but there's still so many fucking wallflowers out here that are like, but I need somebody to ask me to dance, and it makes it harder for people to sign up, and then there's always the ebb and flow of interest as well. And that's why I've liked a lot of those draft tourneys and things like that, is you can just be like, you know what, I want to be in a tournament. It doesn't matter, you know, I don't have to
Who I
find
play with.
somebody, and then you don't have to have the anxiety of like, am I signing up with a partner who gives me a good chance to?
True.
And so I would like to see something else like that again. I mean, it could just be another 2-captain draft or a 4-captain draft, or, you know, that tournament that Jesse ran wasn't half bad as a format, although that involved a lot more footwork, it felt like,
What
for
did
managing
Jesse
it.
do?
The mixed tournament.
Yeah, the mixed tournament. There was a lot of extra
Those-
legwork in managing that.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know you've thrown that around, Sam, the 4-captain draft. I think, because you've had, like, you wanted something like 8 players or maybe 12 or something like that. I feel like that's just too low. I think you just open it up as a 4-team, or a 4-team captain draft, and just try and get as many people to sign up as you can. Ideally in multiples of 4.
Yeah.
I mean, at this
Sam-
point, 16 might be a stretch, but even then, that's still only, 4 players per team, and that's a bit rough when it comes to, like, having variety in your matchups, if you've only got 4 players per team.
I also want to see some draft tournaments, but 4-captain is a little crazy
If
and unrealistic in my opinion. Not gonna happen.
if you're going to have only 16, you should just do a 2-captain. If you're going to do a
Yeah.
4-captain, you need to shoot for a higher player count, I think, to make it actually fun. I think with only 4 players per team,
But then there's not enough active players in my opinion.
like, if you're at only 4 players per team, like, you're caught in this weird middle ground, because then you're like, do I have the best people on my team, just like you would with a standard partner tourney, right? Whereas if you have a broader roster of people, like, you expect to have your Toph and your triple, you know?
What does that mean?
Oh, you know what I mean.
No?
Get fucked in quarterfinals, nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It was a joke. I was using you as the example
I
of
don't
the.
understand
See,
you.
I took Toph and I said Toph was the example of the bad player, and then I said triple as the
Oh.
example of a good
Oh,
player.
a good player, triple?
Yeah. He's really shaping up this tournament.
I mean, if you can get him to play straight, triple
Yeah.
is very, very solid. I mean, he's a bit of a one trick too. Like, if he's on Tiger Vibe, like, he's probably
He's usually on key, yeah.
like he's probably an S tier player on Tiger Vibe. But if he's not on that, progressively lower. So not a full S tier player yet, but he has arsenals where he can hang with and play as an S tier player. Very good player. Yeah, I agree. Probably for the size of the community at this point, 2 captains is probably best. But it's one of those things where you could set signups and be like, we'll either do 2 or 4 depending on the number of signups. And if you can get I'd say at least 6 people per team. Maybe you could get away with 5 per team.
Well, I mean, we
on
had
a 4
like
captain.
what? We had 12 teams like the startup, so that's already like 24 for this tournament. Am I not wrong?
Yeah, I mean that was 24
It's
players for
realistic,
this tournament,
and that's not even including any of the Facebook peeps.
and you get a more wider appeal with that kind of tournament.
Yeah.
Because you don't have all the wallflower bullshit going on.
I could see that happening.
I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Sam, but all I'm saying is if you're going to go 4 captains, you need to have bigger teams than 4 players for it to be fun. Because you can have more even teams probably with 16 players, but part of the fun is that you're playing with other people, you're playing in, like your team might be lopsided with a Bragan and a Toph, but they're going to be playing against another team that should be of a similar skill level cumulatively.
And I think another thing is that you're also putting up matchups that you would most likely like never see like ever happen in like a tournament.
Yeah, somebody could force me to
That's
play with
another
Rise
part
again.
of, like, a joy. Yeah.
Somebody could drag me kicking and screaming to play with Snow Rise again.
I
Like,
see that happen.
you can see teams that it will probably never be formed ever again, and against another team that would never be ever formed again.
Well, the problem with we've only done one 4-team tournament, and the problem was one of the captains decided to troll when drafting. And so then you had 3 teams with relative parity, and 1 team that just fucking suffered for the entire tournament. And that was all, what the fuck's his name? Affin's fault.
Of course.
Affin just fucking trolled the draft. It was Snow Rise, Snow Schmidt, Skimmy Style, and Affin. And 3 of them took the draft seriously. And then Affin kept trying to defend himself with, like, I was picking players that I thought it would be fun to play with. And I was like, yeah, you've picked fucking dog shit team. And now you're going to lose all of your matches almost every single round. And sure enough, they fucking did.
Every single game.
Yeah, like, even if they tried to stack their pairings and put, like, 2 of their best players together, the other team could just take their 2 best players and shit on them. Like, there was, like, almost every single matchup was an instant lose because they had just cumulatively drawn a poorer roster. So, a 4-team draft, I think, is really good if you don't have Affin as a captain. I would love to see a 4-team draft tournament happen with 6 or more people per team, and you just need to make sure you have 4 captains of similar skill level who are willing to draft seriously. And if somebody trolls the draft, like, I would straight up kick the captain, ask somebody else to be captain. I don't even care if they're not as close in skill level, but pick another captain and do another draw. It's that important. Because it literally made one team just have no fun and auto lose almost every matchup. And I think a 4-team draft could be very fun with 4 teams and captains who are taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's what I would hope to see. I would like to see a 4-team draft. I would participate. I'll say that openly.
So when I bring up like what we're hoping to see after this tournament in terms of like other tournaments, I'm also like, obviously I said tournaments at the time when I brought this up, but I'm also like hoping that more people think of like cool events, like how Rise and Triple did the Triple Terrible Trials thing. That was some fun, you know?
I would like to see round 2 of that. I know they've been cooking on it a little bit. I would like to see that happen again. I love that.
Yeah. But then there's also like like you don't necessarily need to do like a meme, right? You don't need to like do some really weird thing like they did. You could also just do like kind of general events like Jesse did, where like it was like a mini event with a blindfold event, right? Where you just had 4 players and two like it would be a 1v1. One player would coach the other player in trying to tell you where to go. Stuff like that. I want to see more events, you know?
I think events could be fun.
Really hasn't. No one's really doing them.
Yeah, events could be fun. maybe we could take some of those, new game modes people have been coming up with, like the
Yeah, I was
Eyeball
about to
L-Bomb
mention, I
or
was
the
like-
Yeah.
Arsenal Hell, stuff like that. I think something like that could be fun.
Yeah. Do you guys think that in terms of those events, like let's say Arsenal Hell, we would do like actual tournaments, or we do like just like this mini tournament, maybe like a small bracket, things like that, like a short single elim,
I mean, you could. I think it works
you
better
could.
with
just kind of like a general event.
like a 4 to
how do
8
you-
players or something like that, like 1 to 2 lobbies, and doing rotating like Triple
Yeah,
Terrible
I was
Tiles
gonna
did,
say-
or like
That's-
top 2 advance from each lobby of 8 players total, and then you have a final lobby.
I was thinking you could do like a round robin, but it would depend on how many players would sign up.
I mean, we could like I also would like to see like an invitational, like how again Triple Terrible Trials, that was an invitational.
Oh shit!
'Cause
Is
there- we-
Fat Nerd
We've
in the
done
server right
tournaments, but
now?
Yeah,
Fat,
he came back. Yeah,
Fat
Yeah,
Nerd's
Fat
in the
Nerd's
playing
server.
like this week.
He got retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guy, my man.
And same thing with like Pippo. He also kind of came back. I've seen him in the.
Okay, well
I'll-
Pippo
I'll-
like has been on and off.
I love me
Yeah.
some Pippo. Pippo's good Pippo.
I know, right? Pippo's like
Musical
here, Bacon, I
genius.
got another
Pippo.
meme for this.
Pippo's good Peepo.
Here, Bacon, if you could put this up on stream again. I have this on deck.
I
at
mean,
all
this
times.
is definitely a weaker meme, but I'll put it up here just for you.
It's not really a meme. It's more a fact. It's more a statement.
I like me some Pippo. I'd love
No
to see
Pippo
more
guy.
Pippo. He's a
I
good
love
guy.
Pippo. He's like, he's so chill.
All right. Well, I think that was a good topic. Is there anything else anybody has? Final thoughts or topics? Sin, anything?
Nah.
Bacon, about you?
No. I mean, this has gone on pretty long for a 3-man podcast. So
It was
Oh.
4-man for a little bit, but
Nguyen does come in with the most important information for the podcast.
Yeah. Triple sucks.
Let me lean into the mic. Triple sucks.